Hello, good evening to all. I'm Mohammad Tariq and I teach history. And here I am taking modern Indian history, right? And certain part of history my colleague would take. So today I would start only the syllabus and what we are going to do in the next few months, next few weeks, right? And after a few weeks, maybe in the mid of February, I will again come, and then we will continue throughout the March. And then whatever the assignment I got it, I will finish. Clear? All of you? Good. Online people, are you there? Am I audible to all of you? No, online. You're offline. So just learn some vocabulary, right? Online, offline. We are living in a new world, like lockdown. Never heard in our life. Am I right? So we have to adjust with the new vocabularies. So tell me, how many of you are serious about this exam? Serious about this exam? I think you all are. Must be. Am I right? Now it looks like a funny question, but since this is my 27th year in this exam preparation for students in Jamia, in many other places, in Delhi, and more than 20 cities. So what are the difference between selected candidates and those who are struggling? You're getting? First, in 2 3 minutes, I will talk about this. Then I will start from my subject. The first important thing which is needed in this exam is how much you are motivated, how much you are passionate, and what are your dreams. Think about yourself in the next few days. If the call comes from inside, then this exam is for you. Are you getting now? Second thing, how much you are honestly committed. One is you have a great motivation. I would become IAS, IPS, IRS, etc. Right? And we all want something big in life, and there is nothing wrong. It is good, but it must be backed by this one: honestly commitment, or honest commitment. Right? That would be better. Now you only know, nobody else, how much I am committed. Even your parents would not know, because in history books one can read diamond comics also. Am I right? As we did in school days. Third, how much you're organized, planned in your studies. So you may be very honest. You wanted to do something and you are doing your best. You're putting everything, working 10, 12 hours. But sometimes what happens? You're not organized. You study whatever comes to your way. Whosoever gives you a guide, whosoever gives you a book, whosoever gives you on YouTube, whosoever gives whatever. And for instance, how many of you are today on 24th of January know that what you're going to study in April, in May, in June, in July, in August 2023? Do you know that what you are going to study on your own? Forget coaching, at your table. Do you know? You don't know. That is the problem. You understand this or not? This, if you understand these 3 points and if you implement, it is not like I just came and I said it. It's a lot of thoughts behind it for each of the words and experiences of many people in the world and India. I'm just conveying it. But I convey only when I'm myself convinced. Otherwise, I would not tell. You understand this? So what I'm convinced, that any person who is motivated, passionate, have a dream, must have honest commitment for whatever dreams you have. You have a dream for civil service. Then, what next? Your organized, planned study for entire calendar year. You should have a timetable, roughly. Timetable doesn't mean, as I see often some student, 8:15 breakfast, 8:30 toothbrush. These are foolish things. Nobody do that. You understand this? You should have a rough idea that by the mid of this month I'm going to finish physical geography, I'm going to finish ancient history, I'm going to finish Indian economy, this part. You understand this? Keeping in mind UPSC's own calendar, your own level, three stages, pre-main, interview, right? You must have a blueprint of entire year, and then those 365 days into various weeks and days and hours. Plus minus 10% is bound to differ from your plan. That is natural. If you implement your timetable 100% throughout year as you plan, then you're not a human being. I hope you understand this. Only robotic can do that. Or in the Abrahamic religion, there is a concept called angel, farishte. You heard it? They can do that. Human being means we have to commit errors. But the point is that errors cannot be 90%. Errors has to be reduced. So if, in my opinion, 80% you fulfill your timetable, planned commitment, you are sure winner. You understand this? This is the first thing I wanted to tell in just three important points. I hope you have understood it. Now let's quickly start what we are going to discuss in modern Indian history. I would suggest you write these points. Arrival of Europeans in India. Oh, yes. Modern Indian history, not modern history. Otherwise, you would land up in Europe. First part, arrival of Europeans in India. When, where, and why? Clear? This would set the pace, though it is in medieval history. But to understand modern, you have to start in chronology. Every subject has its own chronology. You have to start at least the first 20-30% of that subject in correct chronological order. Otherwise, you would struggle. If you're watching Bahubali 2 first, you understand this? You would always struggle because then you would ask in between who and why Katappa killed Bahubali. So first you should see Bahubali 1. Then you should see Bahubali 2. That is the chronology. You understand this? Now, ancient history, medieval history, modern history. Ideally, you should study in that sense, but entire modern, you can start first, medieval later, ancient later. No problem. But when you study modern first, you cannot start with freedom struggle. You cannot start with, say, Plassey and partition. You understand this? This is what I was talking organized. If your study is organized, it becomes simple. If it is simple, it is interesting. If it is interesting, you would enjoy and read more. Most of the subjects in India have become difficult by not the students, not the subject itself, but in my opinion, by the teacher, especially the school teacher. With all due respect, after all, they are our teachers. But the fact is, two, two subject, maths and history, One became very difficult, one became very boring, both by our school teacher. I hope you understand this. Majority Indian students after class 10th पहला कसम खाता है कि हम मैथ नहीं लेंगे. Second group of students who goes for PCM, PCV, history नहीं लेना. Because long passage, long history, battle, boring date, boring kings, boring chronology, and the boring style of teaching. That one boy or girl is called and he is reading the entire passage, and every student are busy in their own life in the class. Have you noticed that? Very rare you would get very smart teacher of mathematics who can address last bench also. He's only interested in the first two benches. You understand this or not? And the moment he gave a problem and solution, yes, sir, very good, Shabas. And the others are wondering what is going on. I mean, this is not the way the teachers should teach. I hope you understand. There was a teacher of math. His name was Mathur, Mr. Mathur, right? Incidentally, my teacher was also Mathur, sir. So one day, a young boy called. On the other side, a woman picked the call, right? The young boy, 8th, 9th standard, Mathur sir was math teacher. He asked, Mathur sir घर पे हैं? The woman who picked the phone, she was little irritated and she replied, माथुर सर को मरे 2 साल हो गया. तुम बार बार फोन करते हो, क्यों परेशान करते हो? The boy said, मुझे मालूम है, सुन के अच्छा लगता है. You're getting? Now, this joke is meant for those teachers who made math and history boring. And because boring, difficult. Because difficult, you fail. Now, what I can assure you, at least for history and the paper which I'm going to take modern, it is going to be the most interesting subject in your life. That is guaranteed. If not, paisa vasool. You're getting now return. I saw that movie. Mein. I'm not committing that one because that you have not given to me. But the point is that you would definitely understand and enjoy. And not only that, the purpose for which we are discussing, that purpose is going to be solved. Prelims, essay, main, and interview. History and modern history is going to play maximum role among all the subjects and how you would learn slowly. The second topic we are going to discuss would be Anglo French wars, or before that, let me tell you, struggle among Europeans. You heard Portuguese, Dutch, English, French. Danes also came, but primarily Portuguese, Dutch, French, and English, right? They fought for what? Where? With what result? This would be my second topic. Third, struggle with Indians. Now, here you have to understand India in 18th century, a glimpse. History you have to understand through centuries, through decades, through years. It would become easier. Each century is different. So, three major centuries in modern India we are going to study: 18th, 19th, and 20th century. Entire syllabus is in these 3 centuries. Now, those two parts, that is the first, second, is just for background, just to make you understand, so that you understand the chronology, history, as you would enter from medieval to modern with the help of those topic, right? Then you would learn Anglo Bengal wars. You had Plassey, you had Buxar. So, how the questions in your main and in your prelims would be framed, I will also tell you as we progress with the example of last 10-year questions. These are the best guide for any IAS aspirant. What are the best guide syllabus and last 10-year questions of both pre as well as main. Even the questions of interviews nowadays are available. How it is available? But what is the source on YouTube? No, you're not coming to the point. You're roaming here and there. You're getting not. What I am asking, if you're writing in prelims and main, that question is given to candidate, he can come and give it to coaching, and then you know what was published by publisher. I'm asking simple question. What was asked from a candidate, like suppose he appeared in interview, right? Now we know what was asked to him. How do we know? That is what my question. एक मिनट थोड़ा सोचो. तुमने YouTube बोला है, तुमने कोचिंग बोला है. I want to come to the right answer. बताओ. सोचो. It's not rocket science. Come on. Yeah, जो not selected necessarily. जो interview में गया है. All student who goes for interview not necessarily selected. वो आते ही बता देता है मेरे मोबाइल पे है क्वेश्चन पूरा का पूरा. सम स्टूडेंट सेम डे क्वेश्चन लिख देता है, कुछ तो आंसर भी लिख देता है कि हमने ये बोला था. कुछ दिन तक तो याद रहता है ना. You're getting not. So many coaching institution and YouTube from that students may upload. So what you are saying, YouTube and coaching institution, but I am asking what is the original source? Don't forget, this exam is for those. मैं बीच बीच में ऐसी ऐसी बात आपको बताने वाला हूँ which would help you a lot in your preparation. And these are those life learning things not easily available. Right? And you have to watch what I'm saying. Like 3 things which I told in just 2 minutes. You remember that? This exam, another important point, is for those who are a thinking person. If you are a thinking person, this exam belongs to you. If you are a student who have mugged up the facts, materials, notes, then this exam does not belong to you. एकदम clear है. Unlike NEET, JEE, you understand this? And the entire कोटा factory in कोटा, वो जो train कर रहे हैं 720 में 720 आ जाता है स्टूडेंट को, मालूम है? Lot of students are getting 720 out of 720 or not. In NEET 690 to 700 के बीच में ही कई हजार स्टूडेंट होते हैं. बट द सेम स्टूडेंट व्हेन दे कम इन IAS 50% नहीं आ रहा उसको प्रीलिम्स में. स्टूडेंट तो वही है ना. I hope you understand. Same IITians, same doctors. You understand this? Top central university students. Almost all good students in India do appear in IAS. She or he may not appear in other exam, but IAS तो एक बार वो देता है. 90% I would say. 10-15% नहीं देता. Am I right? So what I'm saying, they fail here in prelims to interview to main. Why? Because apart from your knowledge, at each stage, this is checked. And since our school and our exam have been trained in rote learning, so somebody has mastered in that and they are struggling in UPSC. And somebody who has not mastered and just understood UPSC grammar in 1 month or 4 months or 8 months or 1 year, she can get it. So you would find a very beautiful thing in this exam. A student who got 40% in class 10th and 12th and graduation, they are today IAS. Are you getting? And a student who got 95%, they are also IAS. And a student 40%, they failed, 90% also failed. You're getting or not? So that means all your background of college and school is now irrelevant. What it can make difference, that I can also tell you. A student who was very good here, he may take 2 years to clear this exam. A student who was here, he may take 3 to 4 years. That's it. But a student who was here and now not working, as I told those 3 points in my first minute, then he would fail 4 times in prelims and main. So is he. That is why I started with those 3 words. You remember this or not? Since I have my personal experience of a student, not one, not two, thousands, out of which more than thousands are selected, including this year topper. Right? She came to me in 2017. And 2017, when I looked her mail, after her result last year 20, that was 31st May, I still remember I was in class at 2 in Rajendra Nagar, and then the message came that Shruti topped. Then we got her call, and then I was just checking mail ke isse pehli baar kab mile the. And then of course she failed, she dropped, sab kuch hua, which happened to most candidates in 2018, 19, 20. 21 May, finally she made it. You understand this? 3 attempts, in one failure, in one dropout, and finally selected. There was a candidate, I remember, he failed in prelims. Then next year he gave main, failed in main. In third attempt, he got IRS. Okay? From IRS, he wrote again for IAS. Right? His 10th exam result 60%, 12th 60%, graduation BTech 60%. Junaid. And he got third rank. You're getting? There was a candidate, 2013 batch. His name is Rachit Raj from Jharkhand. He also got third rank. And he was also not a very brilliant student in his school days, college days. But right now he's an IAS in Gujarat. So I have plenty of such examples. And there are students who are IITians, IIM, doctors from AIMS, from Maulana Azad, top colleges. And they are struggling. In fact, I can tell you, when Junaid told me that he did BTech from Sharda University, I heard first time is this university name from him. मैंने पूछा कहाँ है? He said Noida में. You get my point? When he came to me long back in the first year when he failed. Are you getting now? So what I'm saying, the top IIT and JNU and DU students are failing, and Sharda University not known, and he is making top 3 rank. And opposite is also true. It's not like one true. Good university, good background, also selected. Average school, average studies, yet selected. But both are doing one common thing. And what those common things? I told you in the first 3 points. This is the point I told. The only difference would be, if you are not so good in a school, college, not so good teachers you got, unfortunately, because of the socio-economic background, don't curse to your past and your background. Just see what are the opportunities ahead now which you have. Very few people in India and world have that opportunity to come to Delhi, to get the coaching, and to get some very experienced teachers, bunch of them. Are you getting or not? And then ready-made material, जिसे कहते हैं पका पकाया, You're getting some good friends. Some of them may be very good in economy, some may be history, some may be in polity, some may be in CSAT. This is how, when human beings come together, it makes a huge difference. When you're living isolated, you cannot do much. This is the only difference between sapiens and all other species. You heard the sapiens? We are sapiens. What is the difference between sapiens and others? This originated around 70,000 years ago. Its latent variety is Homo sapiens sapien, 10,000 years ago. What is the basic difference between them and other species like Homo erectus, like Homo nats? You heard these species? Like many other chimpanzees and all other animals and them. क्या फर्क है? बड़ा फर्क क्या है? सबसे बड़ा. Sorry? Okay. Are you sure? Okay. Good. Any other point? Thinking power. Good. Any other? They also have thinking power. That is why they eat. Am I right or wrong? ऐसा नहीं कि उनके पास thinking नहीं है. And varieties of animals, dolphin to elephants, they have different memories, etc., etc. So there is a term. There is a term. You heard it? Cognitive revolution is the first greatest human revolution on earth in which you observe, you see, in fact, you see and then you observe, you think, you analyze, you feel, you can imagine, you can remember. Animal cannot remember, they can quickly forget. Just experiment. You throw some stone to a dog. Don't do that. But experiment के लिए करते हैं ना, अगले पल वो भूल जाएगा कि मुझे अभी 1 मिनट पहले किसने पत्थर मारा था. अगर उसको याद होता ना तो आपकी जिंदगी अजाब हो जाती. Am I right or wrong? वो आपको बचपन से पीछा करता. You understand this? That is why when the cinema movie makers shows कि एक नागन नाग को मार दिया एक ऋषि कपूर ने और नागन पीछा कर रही है, it is all foolish. It is not possible for any other human being. लेकिन हमने तो याद रहता है ना, बचपन से किसी ने सताया, उसका नाम आज तक याद है, कंस मामा. Are you getting it or not? Why so? Because we have feeling. हम imagine कर सकते हैं. We can create a story which does not exist. That is what fictions emerged. Human being ने तो fiction बनाया. एक औरत है जिसके पंख है जिसको हम परी कहते हैं. ऐसा कोई क्रिएचर नहीं है अभी तक. बट वो हमने बनाया परी. You understand this? This quality you have, and then इसके बाद जो रेवोल्यूशन का सीरीज आया, फ्रॉम हेयर टू एग्रीकल्चरल रेवोल्यूशन, हेयर टू साइंटिफिक रेवोल्यूशन, एंड फ्रॉम हेयर टू आईटी रेवोल्यूशन, industrial revolution and industrial revolution 4 phase. What is the reason for all these? The reason is this, that when human beings meet, according to sociologists, 150 around, they became super creative. You're getting not? I mean, that is the standard size. ISRO, NASA, you heard these organizations. They do not work alone. All the great universities in the world, when they research, they work in group. Have you noticed that? Just giving a simple example. एक अगर लॉइन अभी आपके सामने आ जाए, आप अकेले हो, डर के हालत खराब हो जाएगी. 4 आदमी मिल जाओ, वो लाइन पिंजरे में बंद होगा, चिड़ियाघर में होगा. You understand this or not? That is the quality which you have forgotten. of human being. That when you prepare in a group, what you have to do in group? Meet daily 1 hour. Not necessarily a formal setup. Informal setup. चाय की दुकान पे चाय पे चर्चा. And just talk कि तुम क्या पढ़ रहे हो. अच्छा दिखाओ अपना notes. You give it. And just see how she or he would be more creative than you on the same subject. You would learn from her, she would learn from you, and vice versa. I saw many such group candidates, and I know the name also आज, जबकि वो 8 साल पुरानी 7 साल पुरानी story है. रोहित, शुमंगला, Imran, Anjali. All four would study together almost 2 years in my campus, right? All of them got selected same year, जिसमें 2 IAS, एक झारखंड की है अंजलि right now, Imran is Haryana IAS, Rohit is in revenue, and Shumangla is in audit and accounts. Same year selection. And there are so many other candidates, 2 or 3, including Junaid, had 4, 5 groups, and they all got selected. All of them. They came from Bombay. I met them in Bombay, and I told guys, I have come after prelims to Delhi. Don't live in Bombay. You're getting now? They were living in a very, I would say luxurious 11th floor Hajj house building, free food, free everything. मैंने कहा forget free. That is a very great allurement. You would be trapped because there is no big competition there in Bombay for IAS. वहाँ competition किसी और चीज का है. Am I right? Come to Delhi and meet some students who are writing main. And they did it. And that's exactly the reason why they did much better, because you would multiply your knowledge and talent with the existing, because that is the quality of sapiens. So do not forget your basic strength. And if you do not do that, the same basic would become a weakness. So at least once in a day, half an hour, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, talk to your friend about what you're studying, exchange the notes. In Delhi, there is one more benefit. Somebody is studying in another coaching institution. He is getting notes of some other teacher. Just see and compare. And then you may get better from someone else. Somebody else may get better from you. So you would multiply in a limited time. This is the point. So take advantage of living in Delhi. Don't live in isolated world. So I was talking about that human feature, and then I was talking about be a thinking person. And this exam belongs to those who are thinking person. All the UPSC question would be thinking based. It would not be found in the books. Question तो होते ही नहीं books में. Main का तो पक्का नहीं होगा. Even prelims का topic होगा, but the language and the way they ask question would be totally new and creative. And that is why large number of students are struggling. Now, right? Next point. How many points you wrote? 3. And what was the third? Okay. A, B. Now, right? C. Anglo-Mysore Wars. Anglo-Maratha Wars. Anglo-Punjab Wars. Anglo-Afghan. What is Anglo? English. Anglo-Afghan Wars. These are 2. These are 2. These are 3. These are 4 in total. Then these are 2 in number. Now, out of these, 2 are important for main, all are important for prelims. So there is a rule of this exam. All topics which we are going to discuss in this class are important for preliminary exam. But few for main also. You're getting not? This is a sense you should develop in the beginning of your stage of preparation. Else, what you would do, you would waste a lot of time. That when you don't know whether this question could be asked in main or not, and you are preparing for main, wasting or not. And imagine how many topics of GS, of history, social issues, geography, economy, polity, IR, current affairs. And this is one of the problem we notice as a teacher कि students को पता ही नहीं कि साहब which topic they should not prepare for main. This is only possible in prelims. You understand this? So all topics are important for prelims. Prelims का simple rule है anything which comes under the sun could be asked. Somebody said long back, I don't know who, I added one more line, not only sun, even beyond sun, galaxies beyond sun. Am I right? And not only what is on earth, even beneath the earth. Sima Syal Lava, niche hai. And according to Hindu mythology, patal niche hai. Am I right? सवाल आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? क्रस्ट से आता है कि नहीं आता है? So that means from galaxy to crust, anything. Black hole पे सवाल आता है. What next after black hole? No. 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 What next after black hole we don't know. You know, this is why I asked. Stephen Hawking did not know and he died. Okay? I read his 2 books and he wrote that we don't know what happens after. What we know that nothing can escape in that black hole, even light cannot because of the gravitation. But what happens, because the theory is black hole would also die. So the point is, what would happen after black hole, we don't know. And that you have to know that we don't know. If you know that we don't know, it means you know that we don't know. Then only you can tick correctly. No, one of the option would be we don't know. You understand this? Which of the following statement regarding black hole is correct, incorrect? Sawal aa gaya. So if you know that we don't know, then you know the answer. So in fact, in history and various other paper, there would be question whose answer is we don't know. We don't know means science does not know. Social science does not know. Okay? So what my point to you is that every day when you start a topic of any part, first tell your mind, am I studying for main or I am studying for both? There are certain topics which are for both, but there could be certain topic only for prelims. There would be no topic which is only for main but not for prelims. Simple rule. I'm talking about GS. So out of these wars, 2 of them are important for main. That is B and C. So if somebody is preparing Anglo-Series war, she or he should first prepare that what could be the questions in Plasi, Buxar, Tipu, Hyder could be asked. We will discuss, don't worry. Though this exam is also about surprises. This exam is also about shocking. Sometime it happens. So suppose they ask about Anglo-Maratha also. So I'm not telling you 100% guarantee. I'm telling you almost 90-95%. But if somebody has prepared for prelims, Anglo-Maratha war, and somebody has the skill of converting prelims into main, can attempt the question. You understand this or not? So 3 point is clear. Now write 4th point. The 4th point would be history of Governor General from 1773 to 1950. You heard Warren Hastings? Cornwallis? From Warren Hastings to Lord Mountbatten. Though C. Rajgopalachari also became Governor General in 1948, but in between there are 40 plus Governor Generals, but all of them are not important. 14, 15 are important. Another important lesson of this exam, you have to do it. Like I told many points, thinking person. You remember this? Those 3 points. One very important point in this exam is that what is the difference between man and oxen? मेहनत तो ये भी करते हैं, हमसे ज्यादा करते हैं, और मेहनत ये भी करते हैं. One of the biggest difference of sapien is that sapien have learned to reduce the labor and increase the output. You get my point or not? This is the basis of entire industrial revolution. Reduce the labor and increase the output. Now, what I noticed through students, there are some very hard working students, and I always believe कि इसका तो हो जाना चाहिए. But unfortunately, that hard working student is not a smart working student. Life बड़ा बेदर्द होता है, और हम उसके साथ सिंपैथी रख सकते हैं, लेकिन यूपीएससी तो नहीं रखेगा ना, मार्केट भी नहीं रखेगा. कहीं जॉब में जाओगे तो वो तो आपके साथ आपको दुआएं भी दे देगा, नौकरी नहीं देगा. आप सोचो यार दुआ का क्या करेंगे, नौकरी चाहिए थी. यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस? So there's a beautiful joke. Some jokes are created by scholars to understand in simple way and in a humorous way. So I have collected those jokes and poetry which is useful for me and you. So I would use only those. Like Mathur sir. You get my point or not? लेकिन उससे अच्छा ये वाला है. The difference between कि एक स्टूडेंट जो हार्ड वर्किंग है, शी और ही वुड बी ट्राइंग टू प्रिपेयर ऑल 40 एंड ऑब्वियसली वुड फॉरगेट हाफ. बट इफ आई टेल यू नो, जस्ट रिमेंबर 14, 15, एंड इफ देयर इज एनी चांस ऑन गवर्नर जनरल, मोस्ट लाइकली इसी 14, 15 में से आएगा. विच वन इज बेटर? 14, 15. So I reduce your 1/3 work and almost 99% गारंटी कि इसी में से आएगा. आई होप यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस. 1% तो छोड़ना पड़ता है ताकि कोई केस ना कर दे. वैसे नहीं होगा, लेकिन मैं आपको, क्योंकि वो ऑनेस्टली नहीं होगा. 100% गारंटी यू कैन नॉट टेक इट, बट 99% बेस्ड ऑन एंटायर एग्जाम. देयर वाज अ फार्मर हु वाज resting in his farm under a tree listening song. Simple. A professor came. He was passing through and he asked, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm enjoying my song." Then the professor asked, "Then who is tilling your land? खेत में पानी कौन डाल रहा?" He said, "My 2 oxen you can see far away. You're getting not? They are roaming." Have you seen this? There is a machine called Rahant. You heard it? Rahant, which is lifted water from the well and the water is poured in the farm. That technology came from Iran in 11th, 13th century, and there was a question in UPSC prelims, what was Rahant? Just check it in the last 10 year mein mil jayega ye question. What was Rahant? Rahant, also called Arhant, is a wheel type machine through which water is lifted from well, which you must have seen. जैसे अपना दशहरे का मेला में वो झूला होता है ना, इट इज समथिंग लाइक दैट. तो दैट इज कॉल्ड अरहंड. बल्कि गाना में है ये लाइन, मेरे देश की धरती सोना उगले उगले हीरे मोती. यू हर्ड इट? उसमें एक लाइन है, जब रहंट बजे तो लगे शहनाई बजे. उसमें एक लाइन है ये. एक सवाल आया, बंजारा. हु वर बंजारा जस्ट 4 years बैक? यू हर्ड दिस टर्म? नो नो. उसमें जो ऑप्शंस थे ना, इतना आसान नहीं था. नोमैडिक पीपल. बंजारा वेर ट्रेडर्स हु वर सप्लाइंग गुड्स, agricultural goods like grains from rural to urban area, and they had vehicles like bullock carts. They were called Banjara. So very specific traders in Delhi Sultanate were called Banjara. Since they did not have home, so poets in Urdu use them as a synonym कि जिसका घर नहीं होता है बंजारा, आवारापन, बंजारापन, एक खला है सीने में, जैसे बंजारे को मिल जाए घर, गाना याद है? तो दो गाना से मैंने तुम्हें यूपीएससी का 2 क्वेश्चन बता दिया. इससे क्या मैसेज मिला? गाने सुनते रहना चाहिए. You're getting or not? But try to get it the meaning also. But the point I was taking, the farmer was resting and his 2 oxen were lifting water. प्रोफेसर ने पूछा, तुम्हें कैसे मालूम? वो तो दूर में है कि बैल अपना काम कर रहा है. उसने कहा साहब उसके ना गले में घंटी लगी हुई है, वो गोल गोल घूम रहा है, घंटी की आवाज तो सुनाई दे ही रही है, तो मुझे मालूम है कि वो अपना काम कर ही रहा है. समझ आ रहा है? फिर प्रोफेसर ने बोला ये भी तो हो सकता है कि वो एक ही जगह खड़ा होकर गर्दन हिलाए और घंटी बजे. तो किसान ने कहा सर वो बैल है, प्रोफेसर नहीं है. यू गेटिंग दिस पॉइंट? इस जोक का मतलब क्या था कि अगर तुम बैल हो तो 40 का 40 पढ़ोगे, और अगर तुम्हारे अंदर दिमाग है या उसका इस्तेमाल है तो फर्स्ट थिंग यू रिड्यूस योर वर्क and work very smartly. This is how some students do in 1 year, some in 2 years, some 5 साल में भी वो 40 के 40 रटने की कोशिश कर रहा है. ह्यूमन बीइंग की कैपेसिटी होती है. और गेटिंग ना, इतना तो मानते हो कि हम 24 घंटे में कितना देर पढ़ सकते हैं? मैक्सिमम 6 आवर. नहीं यार, इतना तो आजकल स्कूल के बच्चे पढ़ते हैं. कम ऑन. I mean 8 to 12 hours maximum. ऑन एन एवरेज 10 आवर्स, क्योंकि 12 आवर रोज पढ़ना आसान नहीं होता है. तो कई बार होता है स्टूडेंट ने 12 घंटे पढ़ लिया, फिर उसके बाद 8, फिर 4, फिर 2, ऐसे हो रहा है. ये नहीं होना चाहिए. कभी घनी घना, कभी मुट्ठी भर चना, कभी वो भी मना. मेक एन एवरेज 8 hours, 9 hours enough, right? But make sure it is organized, make sure it is relevant, and that is why I am first trying to make it organized. So I will give you the list of those 14, 15, not now, but what they asked, like there was a question on Dalhousie, there was a question on Curzon. All the governor generals are in our radar of that 14, 15. You get my point or not? So this exam is about you with the help of us versus UPSC. ऐसे है ना? It is like this: batsmen and bowlers. बॉल तो इनका आना है, रन तुम्हें बनाना है. Now, in cricket, you can learn from many things in life, from commentary, from music. So from cricket, I learned so many interesting things. One such thing I learned, that cricket is a mind game between batsman and bowler. Each time a batsman thinks this ball would be slow or speed, bouncer or swing, and then mentally he or she is prepared and play. But bowler is also thinking that the batsman can come out of the crease, can make a sweep, reverse sweep. You get my point or not? So the term which I learned from cricket is you have to outsmart the bowler if you're a batsman. And if you're a bowler, then you have to outsmart the batsman. You are here, student. So you have to outsmart UPSC. If not outsmart, at least you can predict. And if the ball is coming on predictable line and you are prepared, you can play shot. If the question is coming on predictable line, you can answer it. But if you are not, then slow ball से भी लोग out हो जाते हैं. You understand this or not? No, this is, उसको बड़ा अफसोस होता है बाद में, यार कितना आसान बॉल था. Because this is in English there is a term, I'm forgetting that term, but उसका हिंदी में वर्ड है धोखा. ये धोखा ही तो हुआ ना. एक वसीम अकरम स्लो बॉल कर रहा है, शुएब अख्तर स्लो बॉल कर रहा है. व्हाट इज दैट? धोखा, या गूगली धोखा, दूसरा धोखा. UPSC sometime do exactly simple question and you're trapped in some other words. I will give with that example. So what is my point? That while preparing, make sure that you have to chase what is UPSC is doing, and the best example is last 10-year questions and the syllabus. So our team and you would work together to face UPSC ball. Next, right? Socio religious reform movements of 19th and 20th century, right? Now, just see how I have organized this topic, since I am also taking history optional classes, and from that experience and that subject, GS becomes much interesting for both the teacher and the student, right? You don't have to go to that level of optional, but you can get it from that optional some interesting point. I have divided this entire uh, topic of socio-religious reform movement under 4 I's for your convenience, so that you remember forever, right? The first would be issues of Indian society in 19th, 20th century, right? Those issues which were raised by social reformers like Rajaram, like Vivekanand, like Dayanand, like Muslim social reformers, Sir Sayyid, like Theosophists. What were those issues? You understand this? Can you guess few of those issues before I come to next I? Let's see. Child marriage. Good. Sati. Good. Widow remarriage. What? It was allowed or not allowed? Not allowed. Okay. Untouchability. Very good. Sorry? What was that problem? Sorry? No, no. I'm talking what were the issues. You're talking that female were not given education, so they emphasize women education. Good. Any other? Sorry? What is that narrow thinking? Yeah, I'm just trying to understand myself. Do you want to say superstitious thing? You want to say? Or you want to say patriarchy? No. When patriarchy, okay, I understood it. Or koi? Casteism. What do you mean by casteism? No, no. जिसने कास्ट बोला वही बोलेंगे. Casteism. What do you mean by this? Don't worry. Never be afraid of getting wrong. गलत होने से डरना नहीं है. Our job is to correct you. Never be afraid of giving wrong answer. वैसे भी सही आंसर कम ही दोगे आप. Don't mind. इसलिए our job is to correct. आप बोलो कास्टिज्म से क्या मतलब है? Sorry? So you're talking about वर्णाश्रम, ब्राह्मण, क्षत्रिय, वैश्य, शूद्र. लेकिन ये तो यार अभी भी है, नहीं है? तुम्हें मालूम है एक बहुत खूबसूरत बात इंडिया में, वर्ण उसके अंदर कई जाति होती है, मालूम है? ब्राह्मण, क्षत्रिय, वैश्य, शूद्र, जाति हजारों हैं, 8,000 से ज्यादा हैं हिंदुओं में. 1,050 तो SC में है, 2,000 के करीब OBC में है. जैसे धोबी, माली, कुम्हार, लोहार, इसी को जाति बोलते हैं. यादव, मालूम है ना? अब वो वैश्य एक वर्ण है, वैश्य के अंदर अग्रवाल एक जाति हो गई. अपना वहां मिठाई बेच रहा होगा अग्रवाल, है ना? अग्रवाल स्वीट. तो बनिया वो भी एक जाति हो गई, किसकी? वैश्य की. तो जाति आर थाउजेंड्स ऑफ नंबर, and we are designed in our society governed by जाति आज भी. That is why the famous saying जाति वो जो कभी नहीं जाती. क्लियर हुआ? आप चेक करो हमारी शादी कैसे होती है. जाति भी होती है 99%. 1% लोग हैं जो लिखते कास्ट नो बार, लिखते हैं ना. वो ये भी लिखते हैं रिलीजन नो बार. आजकल तो भाई साहब ये भी लिखते हैं सेक्स नो बार. वो थोड़ा सा ग्रुप आ गया है. ओके, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के एक जज पे इस पे हंगामा चल रहा है, मालूम है नहीं, बट वो अभी थोड़ा सा है. 98% इंडियंस आर स्टिल मैरिंग ऑन जात. हमारा इलेक्शन किस पे होता है? बिहार में कास्ट बेस पे सेंसस हो रहा है, उसके बाद और झगड़ा होगा, पक्का होगा. हमें राइट, मंडल कमीशन के बाद हुआ नहीं हुआ. सो द पॉइंट इज, ये कास्टिसिज्म को मैं इसमें नहीं रख रहा हूं. इसलिए नहीं रख रहा हूं क्योंकि जो लोग इसको स्टार्ट कर रहे थे ना, उनको लग रहा था ठीक है यार इतना तो चलता है. यस, मेनी ऑफ देम वर फाइटिंग अगेंस्ट अनटचेबिलिटी, इसलिए मैंने इसको तो यहां ले लिया. यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस? नाउ आई हैव अ डिफरेंट वेज ऑफ एक्सप्लेनिंग दिस. आपने जो कहा गलत नहीं था, बट सिंस दिस एग्जाम इज हाउ ऑर्गेनाइज्ड यू आर, आई एम जस्ट गिविंग एन एग्जांपल. आई हैव डिवाइडेड इश्यूज अंडर 4 headings. 1, अभी नहीं लिखना, अभी तो आप समझ लो, अभी तो मैं हेडलाइन से बता रहा हूं. 1 issue is our superstitious belief and practice. अब सुपरस्टिशन 2 तरह का होता है. लाइक बैक्टीरिया 2 तरह का, हार्मफुल, हार्मलेस. तो जो हार्मलेस है उसकी बात नहीं कर रहा हूं, यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस. लेकिन जो हार्मफुल है फॉर यू, फॉर सोसाइटी, फॉर कंट्री, that must be challenged and opposed. You understand this? Just like bacteria, वो तो हम खाने में भी खाते हैं, harmful नहीं है बहुत सारा. Am I right? I see there are a lot of superstitious beliefs which are great dangerous for society, for individual. Rajaram to Vivekanand to Mahatma Gandhi were actually talking about those superstitions which were harmful for you. Otherwise, belief itself is a superstition for many. For many educated people, religious people are superstitious. You understand this? But that may not be harmful. Suppose somebody is worshipping one god, somebody is worshipping 10 gods, somebody is worshipping not at all any god, not all any of these are harmful. But somebody is believing that if I sacrifice a young baby to a particular deity called Kali, then I would get moksha in my next janma. This human sacrifice, harmful or harmless? Very dangerous. आप किसी इंसान की जान ले रहे हो, ये कैसे हो सकता है? इसलिए कि साहब मुझे मोक्ष मिल जाए. तो आपको पता है ना कि ह्यूमन सैक्रिफाइस हुआ है इंडिया में बहुत जगह, कभी कभी अभी भी सुनने में आ जाता है इधर उधर से. सती के पीछे क्या था? यही तो था, एक बिलीफ कि इफ इन अ विलेज one woman at least is Sati Mata, then all villagers would go to heaven. That was a belief in Rajasthan. You're getting now? So to get their own heaven ticket, they would sell somebody in hell. यही हुआ ना कि अपना स्वर्ग पक्का करने के लिए एक यंग लड़की को 18, 20, 22 साल की, you're getting, उसको आपने इसलिए सती कराया कि आपका मोक्ष हो. ये हार्मफुल है या हार्मलेस है? हार्मलेस है, हार्मलेस है. सच में बोल रहे हो? स्लिप ऑफ टंग, आई अंडरस्टैंड. हार्मफुल, गुड. तो दे वर टॉकिंग, ऐसी लिस्ट बहुत लंबी है, आई विल टेल once we discuss. Second issue I took, issue of women. I divided under 2 headings. One issue related to atrocities committed against women, and one discrimination. अब एट्रोसिटीज में जितने हैं आप एक साथ डाल दो, सती, पोलीजिनी, जौहर, child marriage, you getting not? Widow not allowed to remarry. These are all atrocity. इसी तरह डिस्क्रिमिनेशन में राइट फ्रॉम बर्थ, दैट इज फीमेल इन्फेंटिसाइड, वो एट्रोसिटीज में भी है, डिस्क्रिमिनेशन में शी वाज नॉट गेटिंग बेटर फूड, एजुकेशन एंड अपॉर्चुनिटी, दिस इज डिस्क्रिमिनेशन. तो मेक श्योर दैट योर आंसर शुड बी ऑर्गेनाइज. तो आपके कई बार आंसर तो ठीक होते हैं बट इट इज लाइक कॉपी पे बिखरे हुए होते हैं. दो तरह के कमरे मैंने देखे. एक बैचलर बॉय का कमरा जिसमें हर चीज इधर उधर बिखरी होती है, मोबाइल कहाँ है वो दूसरे मोबाइल से ढूंढ रहा होता है, जब रिंग टोन जाता है तब उसको मोबाइल मिलता है, साइकिल की चाबी मोटरसाइकिल की कहाँ है वो दोस्त ढूंढ के देता है. Am I right? दूसरा मैंने देखा है मैरिड कपल की घर, इसमें हर चीज ऑर्गेनाइज्ड होगा, एक एक चीज. योर आंसर शुड बी नॉट लाइक बैचलर बॉयज रूम, इट शुड बी लाइक मैरिड कपल के घर की चाबी का भी एक कोना होगा, हर जगह होगा एक जगह. ये मैंने अपना डिजाइन किया है, इसको बोलते हैं कस्टमाइज्ड क्लास. समझते हो ना, जैसे आपको जरूरत है तो आप अपने चीजों को दिमाग में पहले ऑर्गेनाइज करो, अपने आप हो जाएगा. कि क्यों ना मैं एक ब्रैकेट में ले आऊं, तो एक ही सेंटेंस में हो जाएगा ना. दैट वुमेन ड्यूरिंग 19th century were facing the following discrimination A B C D or just after comma, right? Sati, widow, female infanticide, right? Otherwise what you do mostly, because I checked again, I can tell thousands of copy as latest as yesterday night, is कि स्टूडेंट्स के आंसर को पढ़कर 90% ये लगता है कहीं का ईंट कहीं का रोड़ा, भानुमति ने कुनबा जोड़ा. समझ आ रहा है नहीं, कोई कनेक्शन नहीं है एक दूसरे से, एंड यू हैव रिटन एवरीवेयर. तीसरा मैंने किया एजुकेशन. इन एजुकेशन देयर टू मेजर प्रॉब्लम्स. वन, सिलेबस. हम पढ़ा क्या रहे थे? मुस्लिम हिंदुओं के जो ट्रेडिशनल एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन है, पाठशाला, गुरुकुल among Hindus, madrasa and maktab among Muslims. What they were teaching? They were teaching literally outdated syllabus. समझ आ रहा है? यूरोप में क्या चल रहा था? फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, मैथ, बायो, हिस्ट्री, ज्योग्राफी, पॉलिटिकल साइंस, लॉ, मॉडर्न लिटरेचर, नॉवेल, शॉर्ट स्टोरी, पोएम. हमारे यहाँ चल रही थी गाथा. यू गेटिंग गाथा, टेल्स, अलिफ लैला की दास्तान, मुल्ला नसीरुद्दीन. I mean, it was good in that time, but modern time, you need modern literature. You need modern sciences. And it was based on researches. Just check it in the last 300 years. India में क्या invention हुआ which you can say proud of and the world accepted in science? History tells, in ancient India, Indians did. First time drainage built in the world, Hadappans. मालूम है आपको? First time cotton used in the world by Hadappans. First time zero made by Indians. First time decimal system made by Indians. We had Ajanta, Ellora. You heard? We had stupas, Maurya's structures, right? Medieval time. You remember Arhant I told? Lot of technology in weaving, in industries, in medieval time. Some of the finest monuments in India, World Heritage, medieval time, Taj Mahal, Qutub Minar, Humayun's tomb, Vijayanagar Kingdom, Konark Temple. You know this? पिछले 300 साल में बताओ क्या हुआ? वो ब्राह्मोस, all these military is copy and paste. ओरिजिनल इंडिया का वो सीवी रमन थ्योरी इंडिया में रहकर नहीं हुआ. You don't have. Indians went abroad and then they made boson. वो भी यूरोप में जाकर हुआ. समझ आ रहा है? ओ होमवर्क करके आया हूं मैं, डोंट वरी। हम्म, ये क्या होता है? These are all extension. The last one was Ramanujam, right? Actually, the point is, in the last 300 years, Europeans, Americans, Chinese, Koreans, Japanese, they have made all the progress in the field of science and technology. ज्यादा दूर नहीं जाना है, अपने बॉडी के साथ और इस रूम के साथ देखो कि कितना प्रोडक्ट आप बाहर का इस्तेमाल करते हो आज। टेक्नोलॉजी, यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस और नॉट? दैट इज बिकॉज व्हाट आई वाज टॉकिंग, एवर सिंस साइंटिफिक रेवोल्यूशन इंडिया में क्या प्रॉब्लम था? सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम यही था कि हमारा एजुकेशन सिस्टम आउटडेटेड था, और हम लोग उर्दू में बोलूं तो लकीर के फकीर थे। वो मुस्लिम्स जो हैं वो 14-15 सेंचुरी का हिस्ट्री, ज्योग्राफी, पॉलिटी 19 सेंचुरी में पढ़ रहा था, और जो हिंदू था वो 4th-5th सेंचुरी वाला पढ़ रहा था, गुप्ता पीरियड। तो दोनों आउटडेटेड हुआ नहीं हो? दूसरा प्रॉब्लम था इट्स आउटरीच। एजुकेशन वाज नॉट फॉर ऑल, it was for whom? If you are Hindu, then only upper caste and only male. If you are a Muslim, then only male up to madrasa level, up to maktab level, male and female both. Maktab is primary, madrasa is higher. So the moment girls become 10, 11 year old, she was withdrawn, whether Hindu society or Muslim society. So education was limited to few. They were mostly upper caste Muslims, upper caste Hindus. Modern period education is available to all. So it is thanks to this movement from Rajaram to Vivekanand to Dayanand to Saraswati to Sir Sayyid, and then freedom struggle, and then constitution, that today you are sitting here. You get my point or not? Otherwise, majority Indians तो पुअर था या सो कॉल्ड लो और मिडिल कास्ट का था, वेदर हिंदू और मुस्लिम। अब एजुकेशन नहीं है तो मॉडर्न ऑक्यूपेशन भी नहीं है। मेडिसिन, इंजीनियरिंग, लॉ, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंसी, सिविल सर्विसेज, कॉरपोरेट, आप कहीं नहीं थे। आर्मी, तो ये सब किसको मिलता था आज से 50 साल पहले, 60 साल पहले, 100 साल पहले? या तो आप राजा महाराजा के बच्चे हो, जमींदार के बच्चे हो, या अंग्रेज हो। यही रास्ता था ना कि नहीं था? अभी इट इज ओपन दैट इवन पुअरेस्ट, क्योंकि मेरे स्टूडेंट्स में एक और बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग कैटेगरी है, पतंग वाले का बेटा आईएएस, ऑटो वाले का बेटा आईएएस, और आईएएस का बेटा पीसीएस। वो भी देखा मैंने कि आईएएस का बेटा, आईपीएस का बेटा वो स्ट्रगल कर रहा है, और उसी के ऑफिस में कलर का बेटा आईएएस हो गया। एक दो नहीं, सैकड़ों मिलेंगे आजकल। तो आप पढ़ते होगे ना हर साल उन्हीं की स्टोरी, क्योंकि हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी में हर साल मीडिया वाला आता था, और वो कहता था यार जो सबसे गरीब है उसका बताओ कौन है। अब हम ढूंढते थे यार, तुम बताओ, तुम तो सबसे गरीब दिख रहे हो। फिर देखा यार आईफोन रखे हुआ, यार इसका नहीं करो इंटरव्यू, है ना? वो मीडिया वाले को भी चाहिए। और नहीं, नॉर्थ ईस्ट का कोई गरीब है तो बताओ, कोई कश्मीरी गरीब है तो बताओ। तो ढूंढ ढांड के हम लाते थे, बैठाते थे टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया, इंडियन एक्सप्रेस को, और वो लड़का भी थोड़ा गरीब सा बनकर आता था, क्या कि उसका अखबार में छपे। द पॉइंट इज के मीडिया को दिस इज वेरी अपीलिंग कि साहब इस बंदे के पास कुछ भी नहीं था, और ये झुग्गी में रही ये लड़की, और ये आईएएस बन गई। उसकी स्टोरी छपती है और चलता रहता है साल भर तक। हैव यू नोटिस दैट? बट दिस इंडिया वाज बोर्न इन 1950, 26 ऑफ जनवरी, रिपब्लिक, डेमोक्रेटिक। समझ आ रहा है? उसके लिए ही ये कोशिश हुई, एंड दैट स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम दिस सोशल रिलीजियस रिफॉर्म मूवमेंट। दिस इज व्हाट आई सेड, आउटरीच। एजुकेशन का दो प्रॉब्लम समझ आया? एंड द fourth I was untouchability. Sorry, fourth issue was untouchability. So these are four major issues our reformer, आप जितने भी रिफॉर्मर को जानते हो, आप गौर से देखना, उन्होंने या तो इनमें से कोई एक या कोई दो या तीन इशू उठाया। आप राजा राम का उठाओ. एजुकेशन women. दयानंद सरस्वती का उठाओ. Education women. You understand this or not? So based on all these, I divided under 4 headings of those issues. Though there are many issues. Above the second I, issues of Indian society हो गया. 4 major issues. Ideas which influence social reformers. What were those ideas? Okay. I hope all online friends are writing also whatever I'm writing and listening also. And if you have any question at any time, please do ask. Okay. Ideas which influenced what I said? Social reformers. What are those ideas? Anything comes to your mind? Think. We are in 19th century. Rajaram is early 19th century, right? 1819, 1820, 1825. यहाँ से शुरू होता है. The entire story. Okay? So tell me. What were those ideas which influenced the socio-religious reformers of 19th century? Otherwise, problem तो पहले भी था. These problems existed since centuries. So how they noticed these problems are problems? And why even today many people do not see it is a problem? सारा खेल तो यहाँ का है कि आपके जहन में क्या सोच आया उसी से सब बदलता है. Education is a general word. IAS exam needs a specific answer, not vague answer. तुम पूछ रहे हो कि बता रहे? अंदाज पूछने वाला था, है ना? Yes. इसको अंग्रेजी में बोलते हैं बीटिंग इन द बुश. समझते हो? हवा में तीर चलाना, कुछ तो लग ही जाएगा यार. ऐसा नहीं होगा. आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? पहले मेरा सवाल समझ आ रहा है? यू गेटिंग द क्वेश्चन? देखो, व्हाट इज मॉडर्न इन मॉडर्न? जब हम बोलते हैं ना मॉडर्न इंडिया, मॉडर्न वर्ल्ड, व्हाट इज दैट मॉडर्न इन मॉडर्न? कपड़े से थोड़ी को मॉडर्न, घर के फर्नीचर से थोड़ी मॉडर्न. अब कहते हैं ना सोच से होता है, और वो सोच में क्या चीज है जिसकी वजह से हम इसको मॉडर्न कह रहे हैं? दैट इज द पॉइंट. हाँ, एक बात एकदम तुमने सही कही. आई नोटिस दैट. डोंट वरी. You told equality. Okay? She started well, but she distracted and getting confused between polity and society. So what I have done, again, this ideas I divided into 2 headings. One is scientific ideas. One is what? Scientific ideas. One is liberal, political ideas. 2 headings. पहले तो ऑर्गेनाइज करो पढ़ाई को. इन साइंटिफिक आइडियाज, एंड अगेन विच आई सेड कि जो ह्यूमन रेवोल्यूशन जो 2-3 बड़े हुए, कॉग्निटिव, साइंटिफिक, यू आर गेटिंग. सम पीपल कॉल रेनेसां, रिफॉर्मेशन, सुना होगा ये सब. नाउ 14th-15th century onwards in Europe and then in India from 18th-19th century, what happened that एक टर्म है ऑब्जर्वेशन. यू हर्ड इट? वन टर्म इज, लिखते जाना ये सब, क्वेश्चनिंग. व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन टू सी एंड टू ऑब्जर्व? आप देखते तो हो ना, आंख है तो देखेंगे, लेकिन हर आदमी जो देखता है वो ऑब्जर्व नहीं करता. Not necessarily between the lines. Give an example. Give an example. Apple fell from tree. Everybody saw before Newton. Newton was the first to observe, and then he found the theory of gravitation. कि साहब ये गिरा क्यों, ये पेड़ पे क्यों नहीं रहा, ऊपर क्यों नहीं गया. This is called observation. Birds fly. Everybody saw, but Leonardo da Vinci saw first time and thought, can we fly? And he made the first design of aeroplane, based on which Wright brothers made plane. So make sure UPSC is not interested in a candidate who just have seen. वो तो चाय वाला भी देख रहा है, पान वाला भी देख रहा है, रिक्शे वाला भी, ऑटो वाला भी, हर आदमी देख रहा है. आपने ऑब्जर्व किया कि नहीं किया कि रशिया यूक्रेन में वॉर चल रहा है. What you have observed at international level, India China are struggling. What you have observed, कोविड में बहुत कुछ हुआ. What you have observed, you're getting now. फीफा वर्ल्ड कप हुआ, सबने देखा मैच किसने जीता, गोल कितना हुआ, वो तो आपको एक चाय वाला भी बता दे. लेकिन उसमें क्या आपने ऑब्जर्व किया? नहीं, वो तो ठीक है, एक छोटा सा पॉइंट था. और क्या क्या ऑब्जर्व किया? दैट वुड मेक ऑल द डिफरेंस between ordinary and above average. This exam is for above average. Average के लिए तो और जो है ना, तो make sure you have to develop a habit of observing things. Anything, हर जमाने में लोग ऑब्जर्व करते हैं. जब से सेपियंस आए तब से ऑब्जर्व किया, पूरा प्लैनेट का मूवमेंट ऑब्जर्व किया, पिरामिड बना उसी से ऑब्जर्व करके ही. Are you getting? In every society there would be some people who would be observing, बाकी सब simply ऑर्डिनरी होंगे. तो आपको अगर ऑफिसर बनना है तो बाकी से तो अलग होगा ना. तो यूपीएससी क्या क्या चीज चेक कर रही है थ्रू ऑल द टेस्ट. लॉट ऑफ ऑफिसर लाइक क्वालिटीज, एंड वन ऑफ द ऑफिसर लाइक क्वालिटी एंड थिंकिंग पर्सन इज हाउ मच यू ऑब्जर्व इन द सोसाइटी, इन द कंट्री, एवरीथिंग विच इज हैपनिंग इन एंड यू अराउंड. उसमें एक सवाल फिर पैदा होगा कि क्यों हो रहा है, ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है, यही क्यों हो रहा है, कहीं और क्यों नहीं हो रहा. यू गेट माय पॉइंट और नॉट? तो ये जो सवाल है, ये इंसान की सबसे बड़ी खूबी में से एक खूबी है कि इफ यू डेवलप क्वेश्चन एंड राइट क्वेश्चन, ऑब्वियसली सूनर और लेटर यू वुड गेट राइट आंसर. बट इफ यू डू नॉट गेट राइट क्वेश्चन, you would not get right answer. I hope you understand this. Like Rajaram question, why women has to go for sati, why not men has to go for sata? उन्होंने सता बोला नहीं था, मैं बोल रहा हूं. अब समझ आ रहा है? अब ये जो सवाल था, ये सोचने वाला था कि एक तरफ तो कह रहे हो कि साहब अर्धांगिनी है हमारी वाइफ, तो फिर ऐसा क्यों हुआ कि वी आर फोर्सिंग हर फॉर सती, फॉर जौहर, और टू रिमेन विडो. ये तो सारे फीमेल के साथ हुआ, व्हाई नॉट मेल के साथ? तो आंसर ये मिला कि साहब फीमेल इन इंडिया was not treated as a person, but she was treated as a daughter of someone, wife of someone. In the first inning, daughter; in the second inning, wife. But she has no her own identity, or she was not treated as a person. That idea you would learn here called individualism. You heard it? पूरा इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इंडिविजुअलिज्म पर है. आपका राइट आपका है, एंड योर राइट योर मदर एंड फादर ऑल्सो कैन नॉट टेक अवे. लाइक दे कैन नॉट किल यू. पहले तो मार देते थे बच्चे को पैदा होते ही बहुत सारे लोग, अब मार के देखा है? मालूम है कि नहीं? अबॉर्शन पे पूरी दुनिया में हंगामा चल रहा है कि अबॉर्शन शुड बी लीगल और इलीगल। मालूम है आपको? अभी तो डिटरमाइनिंग सेक्स ऑफ ए बेबी इज ए क्राइम। मालूम है आपको? यू कैन नॉट डिटरमाइन। शाहरुख खान पे इसी पे एक केस है। यस, हिज थर्ड सन एंड ही एंड हिज वाइफ डिटरमाइंड, एफआईआर है, ऑफिशियल है। जो कुछ भी मैं यहाँ बोलूंगा रिकॉर्ड पे बोलूंगा, ऐसे नहीं, हवा में नहीं। आर यू गेटिंग नॉट? वो अभी सजा नहीं हुई, अलग बात है। और सलमान खान पे भी केस है, वो तो मालूम ही है। तो पता चला दोनों भाई एक साथ राजस्थान जेल में। आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू टेल कि कानून ये है कि नहीं है? ये इतना एडवांस है। बेस्ड ऑन व्हाट? बेस्ड ऑन ये लिबरल थॉट आया कि एवरी इंडिविजुअल इज इंपॉर्टेंट, वेदर मेल और फीमेल, चाइल्ड और एडल्ट। दैट आइडिया केम थ्रू दिस ऑब्जर्वेशन, क्वेश्चनिंग। वी वर नॉट क्वेश्चनिंग। अभी भी बहुत सारे लोग क्वेश्चन नहीं करते हैं। भैया धर्म में लिखा, हम क्यों क्वेश्चन करें? समाज में है, पंडित जी ने बोला है, मौलवी साहब ने बोला है। यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस? So, Raja Ram was the first among Hindus, Sir Sayyid, first among Muslims, who started questioning many of the practices of Hindu and Muslim society. This is the birth of all social change. Unless you question, no change is possible. Ghalib says, long back, he died in 1869. You're getting? वो हर एक बात पे कहना, उसका ये लाइन है, हुई मुद्दत की गालिब मर गया पर याद करते हैं। लॉन्ग लॉन्ग एगो गालिब डाइड बट आई स्टिल रिमेंबर। आर गेटिंग? हुई मुद्दत की गालिब मर गया पर याद करते हैं, वो हर एक बात पे कहना कि यूं होता तो क्या होता। यू गेटिंग? हैड इट हैपन, व्हाट कुड हैपन? अगर ऐसा होता तो कैसा होता? ये क्या है? क्वेश्चनिंग। तो दूसरा हो गया क्वेश्चनिंग। तीसरा था साइंटिफिक थिंकिंग, लाइक लॉजिकल रीजनिंग। यू हर्ड इट? आपके सी सेट में है ये, इसीलिए तो है कि एवरीथिंग यू डू इट लॉजिकली विथ रीजन। व्हाई दिस, व्हाई नॉट दिस, why you are taking this decision, why not that decision. That is the sign of modern person. This is why modern India, because these ideas came in modern time in 18th 19th century, not because of railway and because of the telegram, but because of these ideas. You understood this three important point: observation, questioning, scientific thinking like logic, reasoning, and scientific temper. You heard it? साइंटिफिक टेम्पर, ये आपके फंडामेंटल ड्यूटी में है। यू हर्ड इट? आउट ऑफ 11 ड्यूटीज दैट यू शुड डू, नॉट समथिंग विच इज हार्मफुल टू यू, which is harmful to your society. Do something which is logical, which is modern, which is scientific. That is why a lot of social practices were banned, whether female infanticide, whether child marriage, whether polygyny. You know this? ये सब इसलिए हुआ क्योंकि these were all unscientific. Okay? अब आओ इधर, liberal political ideas. What are those liberal political ideas? The first important point is liberty. Second is equality. Third is fraternity. Fourth is justice. ये सब फ्रेंच रेवोल्यूशन से आया, लेकिन इसका सोशल साइंस में क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है? लिबर्टी, यू नो, our women, our Dalit, our poor, tribals, they were all enslaved. You understand this word? ये एक तरह से गुलाम बनाकर रखे गए थे समाज ने। अभी भी बहुत सारे घरों में फीमेल्स आर नॉट एंजॉइंग सेम राइट एज देयर मेल्स। Still, Dalits are facing many kind of discrimination. Tribals are facing. So socially, they are enslaved. Constitutionally, we all are equal. कानून ने सबको बराबर दिया है, समाज ने नहीं दिया अभी तक. आई होप यू गेटिंग. अभी भी आप पढ़ते होगे कि साहब शबरीमाला टेम्पल में फीमेल्स को अलाउड नहीं हो रहा है, हाजी अली दरगाह में औरतों को इजाजत नहीं मिल रही है. ऐसे किस्से आप हर रोज पढ़ते हो. दैट इज बिकॉज अभी भी इंडिया में लिबर्टी, आजादी, आजादी का इंतहा क्या क्या है. अभी हाल में सुप्रीम कोर्ट, हाई कोर्ट के जजमेंट से बड़े अच्छे अच्छे नतीजे निकले. वन इज यू गॉट इट इन आर्टिकल 21, राइट टू लाइफ. मालूम है ना. अब इसमें एक कोर्ट का jurisdiction था, हाई कोर्ट दिल्ली का. When Baba Ramdev was arrested at 2 o'clock in the morning, then his lawyers went to the court and said कि पुलिस को चाहिए था सुबह का इंतजार करें. राइट टू स्लीप इज अ फंडामेंटल राइट. एंड कोर्ट ने जजमेंट में लिखा, यस, राइट टू स्लीप इज ए फंडामेंटल राइट. ये हमारी लिबर्टी का इंतहा. देखो, जब ये जजमेंट में पढ़ रहा था, आई वॉज वंडरिंग काश हमारे स्कूल के जमाने में ये आता. और सुबह सुबह जब हमें घर वाले उठा रहे होते थे, हम कहते मेरा आर्टिकल 21 मत छीनो, 9 बजे तक सोने दो. राइट. इसी तरह से एक केस आया केरला में, इंटरफेथ मैरिज था. राइट. अब बहुत सारे समाज में जाहिर है एक्सेप्टेबल अभी तक नहीं है, तो कोर्ट ने कहा राइट टू मैरिज इज ऑल्सो फंडामेंटल राइट. मालूम है आपको. ये अभी हाल में आया, ज्यादा दिन पुराना नहीं, प्री पेंडेमिक का ये जजमेंट है. दिस इज एग्जाम्पल्स ऑफ लिबर्टी, दैट वंस यू आर अ fetus, यानी आपकी आजादी यहां से शुरू होती है, गर्भ से. इंटरेस्टिंग है कि नहीं है. पहले तो एडल्ट को भी नहीं था, अभी तो आप उसको अबॉर्ट नहीं कर सकते. देयर इज लीगल प्रोसेस. दिस लिबर्टी idea, equality, that all male and female, all male and male, in the eyes of law, in the eyes of a state, are equal. पहले कहाँ था ना मुस्लिम समाज में, न हिंदू समाज में. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट इंडिया, एंशियंट मिडिवल. आप हिस्ट्री उठा के पढ़ो, सबके पनिशमेंट अलग अलग हैं. ब्राह्मण के अलग हैं, क्षत्रिय के अलग हैं, शूद्रा के अलग हैं. एंड कौटिल्य का नाम सुना. अर्थशास्त्र में उन्होंने लिखा है कि अगर मौत की सजा देनी है ब्राह्मण को तो सूली पे चढ़ाओ. क्षत्रिय ड्रोन इनटू वाटर, सॉरी फायर, गिव हिम टू फायर. वैश्य ड्रोन इनटू वाटर. एंड शूद्रा पॉइजन. समझ आ रहा. अभी होता है टू हैंग टिल डेथ, तब बराबर हो गए. उस वक्त क्या था कि एक को सूली पे चढ़ाकर, एक को आग में डालकर, एक को पानी में डालकर, एक को जहर देकर मारना है. अब जल्दी से बताओ, इन चारों में सबसे आसान मौत कौन सी है. जहर देकर. तुम्हें कैसे मालूम, कैसे मालूम. दिस वॉज ए थिंकिंग बेस्ड क्वेश्चन. सो द आंसर इज आई डोंट नो, क्योंकि जिसको मालूम था वो ऊपर है. I told you, UPSC एग्जाम इज अबाउट थिंकिंग पर्सन. समझ आ रहा है. सो खैर, पॉइंट ये था, इक्वालिटी, फ्रेटर्निटी, जस्टिस. यू अंडरस्टूड आइडियाज. अब आओ अगला पॉइंट. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट था इंडिविजुअल्स, इंडिविजुअल्स एंड इंस्टीट्यूशंस which worked for social reforms, or which worked for social reform projects, which worked for social reform projects. Rajaram, Vivekanand, Dayanand, Brahmo Samaj, Arya Samaj, Aligarh movement. These are all topics which you are going to study under institutions and individuals. So I gave you 3 eyes. Fourth I, impact on society. असर क्या हुआ? Did they succeed? Did they fail? Did they succeed partly? Did they succeed partly? ये सब डिबेट है, सवाल है. So I divided under 4 headings to make you understand easily that when we are going to study social religious reform, then what point you should keep in your mind कि हमें पढ़ना क्या है, क्वेश्चन कहाँ से आएगा. Sometimes they can ask question only on say एक इशू कोई उठा लिया इसमें उन्होंने, out of the 4 major issues which I gave. So suppose one of the issue is women, and the question is discuss the role of social reformers in uplifting women in 19th 20th century. So you have to write right from Rajaram to Mahatma Gandhi. Suppose what were the issues of Dalits, and what were the contribution of say Jyotiba Phule, Mahatma Gandhi, B.R. Ambedkar, 3 very leading stars on this one. So what are the issues? उनके issues क्या थे? दलित के issues क्या थे? Untouchability is one part, which is the most heinous crime, most ugly phase of caste. You understand this or not? That is why most of the social reformers would be shocked by this and they wanted to end. That is why in Constitution of India, Article 17, fundamental rights, it is banned and it is a criminal offense. I hope you know that if somebody is practicing and found guilty, then uska bail bhi nahi hai. मालूम है कि नहीं आपको? It's a non-bailable offense. You have to only get it from magistrate, not from the ordinary cases. Why it is made so difficult? Because it was a very heinous as well as very shameful thing that somebody is treated as inhuman, not human, which was ancient medieval practices. So it took a lot of efforts, a lot of modern things which happen. Something happens naturally also which reduce untouchability. Something happened with efforts. You understand this? What I said? Something happened naturally, something happened with effort. Give an example, something happened naturally through which untouchability was reduced. Naturally. With a passage of time, धीरे धीरे खुद ही वो कमजोर होता गया या खत्म होता गया. Or it was not easy to practice the same untouchability as it was earlier. Think. It's a thinking exam. पिछले 200 सालों में ऐसा क्या क्या हुआ जिसकी वजह से अनटचेबिलिटी खुद ब खुद, जैसे कहते हैं ना इंडिया में वैक्सीन उक्सीन से कुछ नहीं हुआ, अपने आप हर्ड इम्यूनिटी से ही ये वायरस गया, ऐसा बोलते नहीं बोलते है नहीं, एक नेचुरल था. या जैसे जब से हाँ हाँ नहीं, फिर भी नलके के पानी में तो ये है ना कि हम अपने घर का पी रहे हैं, तुम अपने घर का पी रहे हो, हम दोनों टच नहीं कर रहे हैं दोनों का. हाँ सीधे मिनरल वाटर पे आ गया. नहीं नहीं, वो तो हुआ काफी देर से हुआ. थोड़ा सा गौर करो, 19th सेंचुरी पे आओ. ओके, 19th सेंचुरी पे ऐसा क्या क्या हुआ. अनटचेबिलिटी में पहले समझ रहे हो ना होता क्या है कि मैंने इनको टच कर दिया, मैं अनटचेबल हूं, ये ब्राह्मण है, ठीक है, तो ये अनटचेबल हो गए, हो गया, तो फिर ये गंगा स्नान करेंगे. ये होता है अनटचेबिलिटी. हाथ पैर नहीं छूना, मेरा ये गिलास ये नहीं छुएंगे, मेरा ये पेन ये मेरा टेबल नहीं छुएंगे, इसी को बोलते हैं अनटचेबिलिटी. मालूम है कि सेम यूटेंसिल सेम प्लेस सेम थिंग वुड नॉट बी यूज. वन इज माइग्रेशन फ्रॉम रूरल टू अर्बन. वहां पे राइट टू वोट यार 1951 में मिला है. ये एग्जाम थिंकिंग बेस का है। रेलवे आया था, रेलवे बस, क्या हुआ उसमें? क्राउडेड ट्रेन। अब उसमें एक साथ शर्मा जी भी, पांडे जी भी, पासवान जी भी, और दोनों का बॉडी टच कर रहा है। अब क्या करें, मजबूरी है। पहले दिन तो गंगा स्नान कर लिया, नेक्स्ट डे, थर्ड डे, what to do that? Now you can't do that in railways, in buses. You would find through history how railways, buses, modern means of transportation, urbanization help in social change, especially for women, for Dalit. You understand this? Because in villages, orthodoxy is at its peak. They would not allow you a particular dress, a particular lifestyle. In city, you are identified not with your title, Paswan or Sharma. You are identified as a plumber or electrician or an engineer or a hawker or a chartered accountant. Your work is your identity. Whereas in rural and smaller places, your last name is your identity. So Ambedkar suggested Dalit to move to cities. And most women in the world love cities than villages. One reason is this, that city gives her more freedom than small places. वो कहते नहीं शहर ठीक है, because शहर and big शहर like Delhi, Bombay, Calcutta, Madras, Bengaluru would give more opportunity, more freedom. Nobody is asking कि what are you doing, रात के 12 बजे कहाँ थी? Am I right or wrong? वहां सवाल होगा। तो ये बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग पॉइंट है कि हाउ मॉडर्नाइजेशन व्हेन वी स्टडी व्हाट आर द सोशल चेंजेस इट ब्रॉड एंड हाउ सोसाइटी चेंजेस। तो मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री में ये सब पढ़ना होगा। व्हाट आर द टूल्स थ्रू विच सोशल चेंजेस टुक प्लेस। आई गिव एन एग्जांपल ऑफ रेलवे। अब जैसे छोटा सा एग्जांपल है कि रेलवे तो ब्रिटिश ने अपने लिए बनाया था, हमारे लिए तो नहीं बनाया था। You know that for the swift transportation of army and ammunition as well as for economic exploitation, that was the purpose of railway. लेकिन बन गया तो हमने भी यूज किया, and we went to meet our mausi also by train. We went to write our exam also by train. Our farmers also use from village to cities for their product. So it is called blessing in disguise. तो एक blessing in disguise ये हुआ कि untouchability was reduced, if not ended. It also helped women liberation by railway. समझ आ रहा है? मैं बता, पहले उसके हस्बैंड ने उसकी पिटाई की, वो भागती थी बैलगाड़ी से, पकड़ी जाती थी नुक्कड़ पे। अब रेलवे आ गया, नाउ शी कैन एलोप विथ हर बॉयफ्रेंड बाय द सेम ट्रेन, एंड बोथ हस्बैंड एंड बोथ बॉयफ्रेंड एंड गर्लफ्रेंड कैन सिंग द सॉन्ग, हम दोनों दो प्रेमी दुनिया छोड़ चले, जीवन की सारी रस्में तोड़ चले। मूवी इज दो प्रेमी, राजेश खन्ना, जीनत अमन, 1976। My job is to enhance your general knowledge. There was a movie called Guide, Wahida Rahman, right? She was unhappy with her husband. She fell in love with Raju Guide Devanand, and both eloped in a truck. एंड ट्रक में गाना चल रहा था, आज फिर जीने की तमन्ना है, आज फिर मरने का इरादा है। हैव यू नोटेड दैट? So this time truck, bus, railway gave her opportunity of what? Liberation. आप मूवी देखते हो कुछ और देखते हो, मैं कुछ और देख रहा हूँ। Have you noticed that? This is observation. I hope you're getting note how bus. No, I'm sure bus, railway, truck was never brought for this purpose. But in India, how it brought social changes. एक बहुत ही खूबसूरत लाइन है इनका, M.N. Srinivas. You heard his name? A great sociologist of independent India, died long back. तो उनकी बड़ी अच्छी अच्छी किताबें, एक हमने हमारे सिलेबस में था कास्ट इन मॉडर्न इंडिया, एक उन्होंने टर्म दिया संस्कृताइजेशन, वेरी फेमस टर्म, राइट? सो ही रोट ऑन अनटचेबिलिटी। एक बड़ा खूबसूरत उनका लाइन था कि वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट ब्लो, यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस, ब्लो, झटका, टू untouchability was with the introduction ऑ, देखते हैं, समझ आ रहा है? मॉडर्न इंडिया में अनटचेबिलिटी को बहुत बड़ा झटका लगा विद द इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ वन थिंग. रेलवे तो मैं बता ही चुका हूं, बस ट्रक भी बता चुका हूं, माइनस दैट, because this is what observation, and this is something which only great thinker like him could have observed. हम सोच भी नहीं सकते थे. So I would give you full 1 minute to think about it. What you're getting the question? What is the question? What is the question? What was that one thing because of which untouchability got biggest blow and jolt? कि अब अनटचेबिलिटी चाह कर भी तुम नहीं कर सकते. स्टेट लॉ तो यार हर जगह नहीं होता. नहीं नहीं, स्टेट लॉ नहीं नहीं, मैंने 1950 की बात नहीं कही. मैंने तो ये कहा कि ये 1950 के बाद वाले हैं, पर ये तो मॉडर्न इंडिया की बात कर रहे हैं. तो द टाइम इज लास्ट 300 years, last 2.5 years. What was that introduction because of which untouchability got biggest blow? पहले सवाल को ध्यान से समझो. Yes, very good. Paper currency. Introduction of what? पेपर करेंसी. पहले क्या होता, सोना चांदी होता था अमीर आदमी के पास. पेपर करेंसी तो गरीब से गरीब आदमी के पास 1 रुपया तो होगा, 2 रुपया होगा, 5 रुपया होगा. अनटचेबिलिटी में क्या होता है, अभी बताया था कि जो चीज मैंने छू लिया, क्योंकि मैं दलित हूं, ब्राह्मण भाई नहीं छुएगा, सही है. लेकिन पेपर करेंसी में तो कर ही नहीं सकते. और अगर 2000 का है तो चूम भी लोगे. वाह, 2000 का नोट है और भूल गए अभी आधा घंटा पहले किसी और ने चूमा होगा. वी नोटिस दैट. कहां गया अनटचेबिलिटी? इम्पॉसिबल टू प्रैक्टिस. दिस इज व्हाट आई सेड, कुछ चीजें ग्रेजुअली होंगी. दिस इज ऑब्जर्वेशन. यू अंडरस्टूड दिस बाय सोशल साइंटिस्ट कि क्या क्या चीज है विच इज रीजन फॉर चेंज इन द सोसाइटी. तो इन 19th सेंचुरी मेनी थिंग हैपन नेचुरली. जैसे अर्बनाइजेशन, वो तो होना ही था. मूवमेंट, माइग्रेशन, इट बिकम. मेनी थिंग बाय सोशल रिफॉर्म्स, मेनी थिंग बाय लॉ. Law would be the last thing, and law would not be the most important thing in social change. It would work certainly in certain cases, like सती में punishment हुआ, लोग डरेंगे, तो law works as a deterrent also. कि लोग डरते हैं इसलिए नहीं करेंगे सती, चाहते हुए भी नहीं कर पाए, female infanticide. So social changes takes place due to natural forces, technology, economy, due to social reforms, and due to state law. So when UPSC would frame the question, they can frame from any of the three angles. And इस एग्जाम की बड़ी खूबी ये है कि if you get 50% knowledge, the 50% you can use your own IQ and senses, and you can write a very good answer. You getting my point or not? But if you're not thinking, and if you're not putting some hair strain, and if you're becoming like कि साहब हर चीज पका पकाया मिल जाए, रटा रटाया मिल जाए, कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूशन का मटेरियल मिल जाए, then this exam becomes very difficult. Because UPSC is not allowing you कि आप रटा रटाया एग्जाम पास करो. They would always give you objective to subjective type question, thinking based question. You understood this? My point of 4 eyes. बताओ तो क्या था 4 eyes में जो मैंने आइस से बनाया था? फर्स्ट, issues of Indian society. Second, ideas which influence them. Third, individual and institution who worked for social reform like Rajaram, Dayanand, etc. Four, impact on society. ये पढ़ना है अभी हमें. I hope you're getting. अब आओ जो ये that was the 5th topic. 6th, freedom struggle. Now some people start freedom struggle from 1857. Some people start from 1885. Both people end in 1947. I hope you understand this. Tell me what happened in 1857. Great Revolt. Tell me what happened in 1885. Come on. INC, Indian National Congress. Now we will discuss all this period of 90 years or whatever this years. Now what we are going to learn in freedom struggle, what were those ideas? Nationalism. You just heard this? Socialism, communism, Gandhiism, communalism, because communalism led to partition. Communism, socialism led to differences between peasants and zamindars, industrialists and workers. And a lot of such movement is started in modern India for the rights of workers, peasants, and then middle class. So you would learn apart from the caste, which you would learn here in social reform, here you would learn more as a class. Freedom struggle was led by mostly middle educated class. And how this middle educated class was formed, how it is different from earlier class. You understand this? This we will discuss with various movements. Have you heard about moderate Congress, extremist Congress? You heard about Swadeshi movement, and of course non-cooperation, civil disobedience, quit India. ये सब movement we will study. You would find some very important individuals from Dadabhai Nauroji generation to Lal Bahadur Shastri generation. In my classes, more than 150 names you would get on my board itself. Then lot of people through dictations, through discussions. What were those qualities these people had? They were men and women of great intelligence. You understand this? Very good, knowledgeable, as well as good IQ. They were men and women of great integrity, very honest, committed for the cause of the society and the nation. That is why the freedom struggle of India becomes very interesting, because the people who were leading this movement, whether moderate, extremist, Gandhian, revolutionary, they were all interesting people. You may agree or disagree with them, but interesting to have. And they have sacrificed everything for country, what is called tan, man, dhan. You understand this? So whether he was Gandhian or Bhagat Singh, whether he was Subhash Chandra Bose और extremist moderate, कॉमन बात इन सब में ये दोनों थी. क्या इंटेलिजेंट लोग थे, पढ़े लिखे लोग थे, और इंटीग्रिटी, ईमानदारी थी बात में, उनके कमिटमेंट्स में. अभी जो इंडियन का पॉलिटिकल क्लास है, एक्सेप्ट फ्यू, उसका सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम यही तो दोनों है. क्लियर है नहीं है? उसका इंटीग्रिटी सीबीआई इंक्वायरी कर रही है. जो अपोजिशन में है, जब रूलिंग वाला अपोजिशन में जाएगा फिर यही सीबीआई करेगी, और सीबीआई वाले का भी आईबी करेगी. यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस? दूसरा, इनका आईक्यू कितना पुअर है, इनके स्टेटमेंट से पता चल जाता है, स्पीचेस से पता चल जाता है. तो एक जोक बना नॉर्थ इंडिया में, मैंने बताया था हमारे पास जोक हर तरह का है. इस वक्त इंडिया का टॉपर, फर्स्ट डिविजनर, समझ आ रहा है, 10th 12th का, ये जा रहा है मेडिकल इंजीनियरिंग में, कोटा एटसेट्रा. यू गेटिंग नॉट? Second divisioner becoming managers, MBA, MCS, and they are managing doctor and engineers. Third divisioner becoming civil servants and managing both. Fourth divisioner politicians managing all. You getting or not? I mean, joke है ये. Don't take it literally. शशि थरूर बहुत पढ़ा लिखा है और इंटेलिजेंट है, मनमोहन सिंह बहुत पढ़े लिखे थे and intelligent, but they are exceptions, they are few. Majority MLAs and MPs in India, उसको देखकर आपको लगे यार हमने बेकार पढ़ाई की. You're getting? So that is the problem. But if you look at those Dada Bhai Nauroji to R.C. Dutt to R.P. Dutt to Gokhale to Tilak to Gandhi to Jinnah to Ambedkar to Nehru to Bhagat Singh, at the very young age was very educated. You're getting now? And each of them were committed for a cause, which I said Tan Man Dhan, for idea of India. This is why freedom struggle is very important and interesting. I hope you understand. So I gave you a brief sketch of entire syllabus and the way we should study. अब आपकी बारी है कि you can ask any questions so that we can, when meet next time, I would come in mid of February, and then hopefully we will continue. In between, my other colleague would take ancient and medieval time. I will take modern history. Clear? As I told, arrival till freedom struggle. So tell me, any question you have, any doubt you have related to this one? Yes? Right? Whatever. Books, I would say first take my class notes. You would get handouts also. One standard textbook is enough. If you are getting class notes and handouts seriously, Bipin Chandra's Modern India. Books हिस्ट्री के बहुत हैं, बट रूल ये है IAS का कि तुम्हारे पास अगर 10 बुक हैं हिस्ट्री के, 9 को डोनेट कर दो, एक को पढ़ो 10 बार. टेक इट कंप्लीट ज्यूस फ्रॉम द बुक rather than you are searching this book, this material, this 99% एक ही चीज होंगी. But history and social science must be read from authentic source, not guide, because it is interpretation and each sentence is a new interpretation. गाइड में सिर्फ फैक्ट्स का क्रोनोलॉजी होता है और कुछ नहीं होता. तो क्लास नोट्स एंड स्टैंडर्ड टेक्स्ट बुक, इन दो का सब्स्टिट्यूट नहीं होता. क्या क्या बताया? क्लास लेक्चर नोट्स एंड स्टैंडर्ड टेक्स्ट बुक, वन एटलीस्ट. इसका सब्स्टिट्यूट नहीं होता. कुछ चीजें दुनिया में अल्लाह मियां ने, गॉड ने ऐसी बनाई है, उसका बदल नहीं अभी तक. सूरज की रोशनी, इसका सब्स्टिट्यूट ना तो मून है ना ये आर्टिफिशियल लाइट. थोड़ी देर के लिए ठीक, am I right? मां की ममता, इसका सब्स्टिट्यूट नहीं है. बाप की बपता है ही नहीं. अगर होता तो कोई टर्म होता, नहीं होता. मतलब वाइफ का सब्स्टिट्यूट है, हस्बैंड का भी है, इसका नहीं है. ये सब मैंने रिसर्च करके बता रहा हूं, ऐसे नहीं बता रहा हूं. तो ऐसे ही स्टूडेंट जो है जब IAS की तैयारी करे तो पहले बता दे कि इसके अलावा कोई रास्ता ही नहीं है, तो हम क्यों इधर उधर जाएं. You understand this? So why not I take class note seriously, understand and make it interactive. थोड़ा सवाल आप करो, थोड़ा मैं पूछूं, एंड तो याद रहता है, समझ में भी आता है, फिर इसको दोबारा आप पढ़ोगे, इंटरेस्ट पैदा होगा. ओके, टेक केयर, विल सी यू शॉर्टली, बाय बाय.